Hey guys, welcome back to Day to Day with Alicia K. I'm Alicia K, and today, of course, is Haircare Tuesday. So, you know, we take care of our hair every day, but on Tuesdays we discuss it. Today, I really wanted to show you guys my postpartum hair care routine. It's honestly pretty simple. There's not too much going on. I'm going to apologize in advance for my background. um, Hopefully it doesn't distract you a little, too much. And then any background noise. I have baby boo with me today, and she is in her bouncer, which is like her new favorite thing. So she makes a lot of noise, and she's watching Paw Patrol. So just ignore it or don't, whatever. So I am about 8 months postpartum, and the first 3 months I was doing pretty good. I wasn't having really any hair changes or problems. The hair was still doing what she do. But after that, I did see a lot of hair shedding, like a lot. Hair shedding, tangliness, but honestly, that might be, on me. I need to get it trimmed. I've been doing things to help with like scalp health and keeping my hair moisturized, stuff like that. So I would say the first step to the postpartum hair care is to be gentle. Please, like, don't tug on your hair, don't pull on your hair, don't, blister your scalp by scratching so much either. That's just not something that you want to do. Just don't do it. Number two would be to detangle, detangle. Now, one way to know for sure if you need a trim is if you are combing your hair, or if you are using one of your tangle, like my tangle teaser when our hair is wet and when it's curly. If you continue to basically, if you keep brushing and brushing, and it just keeps getting tangly, like the tangles will get out, but they'll just basically kind of come back. That's how you know you need a trim. Please, trim your ends. If you don't do it yourself, go get it trimmed, of course. You don't need to get it trimmed all the time. I get mine done, by the professionals probably twice a year. Yeah, I would say twice a year. You don't need to get it that often unless, maybe your hair growth rate is a little bit faster than others. Sometimes that's a thing. I haven't really experienced that, but the hair grows on an average. You guys know this. So definitely be gentle, detangle, and get trims. I was going to say get trims often, but you don't really need to get them too often. The next thing that you want to do, and this is with, honestly, all of these I feel like are with any hair care routine, is to deep condition every time you shampoo. Now, for me personally, I don't wash my hair all the time. If my hair is straight, I try and go at most a month. That's really hard, and it's been hard, let me tell you. But even if you wash your hair once a week, you want to make sure that you are conditioning after you're shampooing. The shampoo literally strips your hair of all of its natural oils and all of the oils that you put on it. So you want to put some of that goodness back in. And I think I mentioned this in one of my very first hair care Tuesdays, is just any, like, shampoo is shampoo to me, unless you have like a medicated shampoo or a shampoo that you wanted to do something specifically. Even me personally, I can go to Walmart and get like a $3 Suave shampoo and be fine. Like, shampoos are literally meant to clean your hair, and to me, I don't need the craziest, most expensive, luxurious shampoo. Sometimes, maybe get it as a treat, but you don't really have to. Me personally, I put my money into the deep conditioners. It's like, deep conditioners to me it's my favorite step. And that's where I want to get luxurious. That's where I feel like, I'm at a spa and I need to just, just really get it all back in my hair. So the one I've been using, I just discovered this brand. It's called Alodia. And this is what this conditioner looks like. It's their Nourish and Hydrate Deep Conditioning Mask. And let's see, it has aloe, avocado oil, olive oil, safflower oil, grapeseed oil, let's see, peppermint, basil, lavender, rosemary. It has vegan silk amino acids. And this, I cannot, let's see, I cannot for the life of me remember her name, but this was actually made by a trichologist, and they specialize in scalp problems specifically. You know, there's dermatologists who handle skin, and then there's trichologists who handle scalp. And that's, if you really have any scalp issues, that's who you really want to talk to. You want to see if you can find a trichologist, because dermatologists, they don't really know too much about the scalps. I mean, they pretty much put you in an umbrella when it comes to like any scalp problems, like, you know, contact dermatitis or anything like that. Some kind of dermatitis is what they'll say that it is, and you might actually have a condition that you don't know. So deep condition every time you shampoo. Another thing would be that I do is protective styles. So braids, twists, and some people, they don't think that straightening your hair or like stretching your hair is a protective style, but it definitely is. I am not too strict about heat. And anyone that knows me knows this. And if you've seen my hair straight on the channel, then you would know I definitely, I will use heat at least, you know, once or twice a month. I don't do it all the time, of course, like everything in moderation. And when it comes to heat, you know, if you're not doing it right, you're definitely damaging your hair. And there's going to be some damage anyways. I don't think there's any way that you can put heat on your hair and not have some kind of damage, you know? So even if you have like really smooth ends maybe, and you blow dry your hair and you straighten it, you can kind of feel just how rough your ends are. To me personally, I think everyone, this might be controversial, you know, I don't want to shake anybody, but I think everyone should stretch their hair at least occasionally, because curly hair is very, very forgiving, which is good. That is a gift. But I also think that it's too forgiving and that it hides any damage that would show normally when your hair is stretched. Does that make sense? So like when my hair is curly, the curls, they spiral. The curls be curling, okay? They be popping. But when I straighten my hair or when I blow it out, I can really see the damage that is done to my ends. That's when I can really see that I need a trim. I can feel it while it's curly, but I can't see it. And I think that is, you know, people, when they don't straighten their hair for so long, and when they finally do see it straight, they have like this weird like shape where in the middle it's just really, really thin and their ends are see-through. Like that's what you want to avoid. I think unless you have like a permanent hairstyle, you know, like dreads or locks or something like that, you probably don't have to worry about it or care. But I think everyone should stretch. You don't have to necessarily straighten, but at least stretch your hair, you know, and so you can really see the state of your hair. And I do that occasionally just so I can see where I'm at, not just in length, but in the health of my hair. Another thing that I've been using is, this is basically part of the Be Gentle, but I've been using these forever, is wooden brushes. Like you guys, especially if you have oily scalps, this really comes in handy, okay? Like it absorbs the oils on your scalp and brings them all the way down the hair. And I don't know, to me, that's very important, because when your hair is curly, you know, the oils aren't going down. So when your hair is straight, and that's the state of my hair right now. Right now, my hair is straight, and it's been straight for, I think it's been straight for a month. I don't know if you can hear. You having fun, girl? Oh, did you drop your keys? She dropped her keys. Hold on. Sorry about that. But yeah, this one is from Vicky Lee. I honestly could not tell you anything about this brush. I got it on Amazon. But it works really well. I feel like maybe the pins could be a little longer. When your hair is longer, you want longer pins. And normally when I get a wooden brush, they don't have like the balls at the end. You know, like, I don't know, the ones that I've gotten before didn't really have. And I do have, let me see. I do have another one, and this is what I mean. This one is base bath that I found it at a health food store. This is mostly what you can find at health food stores is base brand, and these ones just go straight out, and there's no balls at the end. This is like my favorite way a wooden brush should be. They're pretty cheap, so honestly, the quality isn't the best. The quality isn't the best, but you know, you'll have it for a while. Like this, with this one, I've already lost to, you know, bristles, but I prefer this one over this because sometimes I can find my hair getting caught in this. But you know, you can go either way with this. And another thing that I'm doing is massaging oils into my hair occasionally. Like obviously, I know when people when they straighten their hair, they go for like the bone straight, the silk press, and they want it to be flowy. Me, I don't straighten to that extent. It's like, it's not silk press, but it's not kinky straight. It's somewhere in between. And honestly, guys, don't make fun of me. I don't know what this is looking like. Okay, it's not terrible. My mirror's over here. That's why I'm looking over here. Let's see. It's not terrible. But me personally, I don't mind putting oils on my hair. I put oils on the first day I straighten, and then like when I've had it in for 3 days, I'll start to do it occasionally throughout the week. I put argan oil on my ends though a little bit more often, so like sometimes every other day. The oil that I have been using that has been helping these edges, because I don't know what it is about having a baby, and I've noticed this on a lot of other people's videos that I've seen who have had babies and they have postpartum like hair shedding and stuff like that, but the edges are literally the first thing to go. Like they're the hardest things to keep in the first place, and they're the first things to go. Because when I tell you, I was basically bald. I don't know if you guys seen, if any of you have seen my aftermath video on midweek mentals. You guys, that my edges were actually worse than that before the video that I had shown that, and I'll link that below so you can see, because I do show you kind of a little bit what they was looking like. And man, like absolutely bald, basically. So the oil that I'm using is, it's also by Alodia, and this is what it looks like. It's their Flourish Hair and Scalp Herbal Infusion, and there's actual herbal infusion, and it's basically follicle stimulating oil, and it has pumpkin oil, safflower oil, red ginseng extract, lemongrass, lavender, spearmint green tea extract, saw palmetto extract, rosemary, tea tree, saw palmetto berries, and green tea leaves. So that's what's in here. It's saw palmetto berries and green tea leaves, and I'm about done with it. It's really hard not to get the leaves in your hair, but let's see where we're at with this hair here. I just took it down. So this is what I tried to have the camera a little bit lower so you guys can see all of it, but it's not low enough. But this is what we're looking like. And honestly, you know, it still has a little bit of movement after a month of everything in it. Let's see. So yeah, start with the ends. And you know, my hair doesn't get too dirty and too oily because, you know, I don't use like gel for my edges, or, you know, I don't over oil, but also my hair is pretty thick. So I feel like it just drinks all the oils up anyways, especially doing this particular, using this particular brush is kind of, so right now it's a little fluffy because humidity, like you want to take a shower. This is where I'm at. right now. I'm on my tippy toes. And basically, of course, I focus on the more troubled areas, which are my edges. So I don't know if you guys can see, that's a little thin, but it's also coming in a little bit. Like this all used to be bald, and now this one's actually like really thickening. And then even here, I had some issues. I think I'm going to do 2 pigtails for my next protective style. I can't find my comb with the small teeth, of course, so had to use a pick. And I also got this to be part of the massage. It's a gua sha comb for your scalp. And basically, so I'm going to, how you doing out there, baby? I'm going to put some oil on my troubled spots. You can also use this for like any like drier patches that you have. And I have some in the back that I can feel. You can usually just feel for it. And then obviously, you know, you massage it with your hands, of course. And you can do this like every 3 days if you don't mind using oils in your hair. If you have dandruff, I wouldn't recommend it though. I would, again, see a trichologist. Oil feeds the yeast bacteria that produces dandruff. So I would not recommend using this if you have dandruff. Unless maybe if it's like the day before wash day. You know, you can like saturate your hair and stuff if you want. So what you can do with this tool, I'm going to put some down the middle too. So basically what you can do with this tool, how you use it is you massage the middle just like this. And the big basically points are just supposed to, you know, do more work than your hands. And then you can do the edges. And then go back. And this is just how I do it. I'm not entirely sure if this is correct, but I do feel like it works. I'm sure there's tutorials all over this platform. Yeah, or otherwise, you can just use your hands if it's easier for you. And don't like just like scratch or, you know, move the hair. That's not like massaging it. You want to basically see your scalp move. Do you see that? Does that make sense? That's how you do a massage. And then usually when I get done with the oiling and the massaging, I would just put it like either in a ponytail or put it in braids. And I think I'm going to do 2 braids. But it just feels amazing, especially before bed. This is like the perfect setup, the perfect routine. Give yourself a little treat. But yeah, the pregnancy really helped me to grow my hair and, you know, keep it nice and long and healthy. Most people think that taking prenatals is what grows your hair, what keeps it, you know, long. It's not the prenatals, it's the prenatals mixed with the pregnancy hormones. So if you're taking prenatals, just it's not really necessary. It's not really going to do anything for you, and actually it could harm you if you're getting too much of certain vitamins in your system. It's not really going to do anything, because if you're not pregnant, if you're taking prenatals and you're not pregnant, you're not really going to see a difference like you would if you were, because you don't have the pregnancy hormones. But yeah, I just use this, and then it can go down to the rest of the hair. And this is how long it's looking right now. And like I said, it's a little fluffy. I didn't mind getting it wet or anything like that, or getting like in the shower, the humidity would hit it underneath, so my like the root is very fluffy in the back, especially because some of it kind of escaped and got into my shower cap. I try my hardest to wrap it and protect it, but I don't mind now because I'm just going to put it in braids. I usually wear my hair straight probably for just like 2 weeks. And if I want to wear it out, it has to be before it gets to this point. Which, I mean, this doesn't look bad. I could wear this out. I even wear I wear blowouts out. So having my hair bone straight just has never been a priority unless I'm going for a silk press, especially if I'm paying for it. Don't get me wrong, I could not stop the postpartum shedding fully. That's a lot of hair that came out. I don't normally lose this much hair just from brushing, but also I had my hair in that braid for probably 3 or 4 days. So this wooden brushes also act as massagers. So if you don't want to use your fingers, or if you don't want to use the tool, and this is just an easier option, this works as well. So yeah, that's my postpartum hair care. All of the steps, like I said, are pretty easy, and honestly, they're important with any hair care routine, whether you had a baby or not, whether you're going through any type of stress. Another thing that I like to do is when I do have protective styles, or now that my hair is long enough for me to see, I will do some dusting of my ends myself. So if your hair is long enough and you can see like split ends here and there, definitely cut them. Like, just go ahead and get rid of that. You don't need that negativity in your life. Okay, girlfriend or boyfriend, because I know y'all out there with hair like this are even better, and I low-key be jealous. So if you're still here, or if you're new, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. It really, really helps get my channel out there. I don't know, and sometimes I have like plenty of views, but nobody is like subscribing. Like, what's going on? I know you want to catch the next one. I know you want to catch it. So yeah, it's really good to be back. I am trying my hardest, but I don't know how anyone does anything with a baby. Like, it's almost impossible. This is why I had to just be like, well, F it. People are going to have to hear the noise. They're going to have to hear her banging, and I'm surprised she's not talking. She's just banging away. But if you guys don't mind hearing that occasionally, please, please, please stick around and stay tuned for more. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.